everyone, Chloe here. Something a little bit different today. Now I've had lots of people ask me on Twitter how to become a makeup artist, and there are so many ways of getting into the industry, and I actually came from a bit of a bizarre route. So I'll tell you how I did it, and then I'll tell you a couple of ways which I think would be good to get your feet in the door and sort of give you a good fighting chance. Basically, I have done art since I was 2, maybe younger. My mum's got some of my very first pictures, and I was always drawing faces and people, and that carried on throughout my schooling, and I went on to study art, and when I was older, probably about 18, I went on to study photography and graphics as well. So that was really my background and I loved it, but what I wanted to get into was camera work as a lighting camera woman on films and commercials. So when I finished training, I was a runner. So kind of running around, getting everyone teas and coffees, doing everything on set, which was brilliant because, you know, being on set really was a bit of an eye-opener. And being a runner especially, it is such hard work and you are there to do everything for everybody. So that was really good grounding for me, and I've never forgotten that route. Also gives me big respect for anyone doing that now. So after I'd done that, I decided, yeah, maybe this isn't so much for me. So I went to work at a production company and I ended up getting stuck on reception. So wasn't so great, and I decided to leave that for a bit and do photography assisting, which was also a brilliant grounding because this way I learned about films, exposures, how the camera works, I learned about lighting, which has all been really beneficial. Then I actually hurt my back and I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? And my mum said, well, why don't you try makeup? You've always done art, you've always loved doing your own makeup, you know, why don't you give that a go? And to be honest, it really hadn't occurred to me. So that's what I did. I went back to London College of Fashion and I studied makeup, just a short course, but because I'd made so many contacts from being in the industry anyway, I had quite a direct route in. So once I'd finished my course, I started assisting. Now, assisting was brilliant. I worked with 2 people in particular, and I went along and worked with them for nothing. Some jobs are paid as an assistant, but you have to really expect that the majority will be unpaid, and if you're really keen, then that's the way to do it. Can be a bit tough, and it is tough out there. It's a hard industry to get into. There are so many people now who want to do it because it sounds really glamorous, and yes, there are definitely perks to the job, but it is hard work, especially as a freelancer as well. You never know when the work's coming. One day you could be doing a fantastic job with loads of money, the next day you could have nothing, and it goes like this throughout the year, up, down, up, down. You know, and also the best bit of advice I was given at the beginning was, it's going to take about 4 years to really get to a point when you can say, I have made it, I'm a makeup artist, I'm earning a keep out of doing this. And that was right, it did take me 4 years. Anyway, back to the assisting. How I kind of broke away from the assisting to doing my own stuff was I was constantly taking pictures, working on my portfolio all the time, and I happened to meet a photography assistant at the same time that I was a makeup assistant, and he was absolutely brilliant, and we worked together a lot, building up our portfolios, doing great work together and a lot of beauty stuff. So I owe a lot to him. And what I did then was I went to see the agencies that my makeup artist that I was assisting was with, and one of the bookers there put me on a job. It was doing makeup for all the extras on a music video, and I got talking to, it was a Westlife video, I got talking to their hair and makeup guy, and I gave him my card and didn't really think anything of it. A couple of weeks later got a call from him saying he had been asked to work with 2 other artists, but he was too busy with Westlife and would I like the gig? And there you go, that's really how it started. From there my music career started, and I continued working on the photography side to get my editorial for my portfolio, to get magazine work. So a bit of an odd route for me to come into it, but it worked, and here I am. What I also have always done is really made an effort to keep in touch with all the cosmetic PRs. And if any of you are watching out there, you know this is what I do, but I think it's so important because You know, these people are supplying you with makeup. You have to build up a good relationship because it works both ways. You are giving them credits, you are doing favours for them as, you know, I do my makeup videos for Coco Perez, for example, or my blog, Oh So Chloe, and then they get however many thousand hits, and that's great for the makeup companies because their makeup is seen by lots of people, and it's good for me because then they supply me with makeup for my kit. So that's another really important thing I suggest you do. So anyway, enough of my rambling about how I got into it. This is what I suggest, and you don't have to take my word, it's not gospel, but when people ask me, this is generally what I say. You should do a little bit of a course. Excuse me. It doesn't have to be a 3-year course. It really depends what level and what kind of makeup you want to do. If you want to learn hair, prosthetics, special effects, makeup for movies, as well as fashion and beauty and media, across the board, yes, that's going to take a lot more training because the hair alone, you do wigs and all of that, which is something completely different, a totally different skill set, and I really don't do any of that. I kind of wish that at the time I had, but I was paying rent and couldn't take that much time off work to do a really long course. So if you want to do all of that, yes, put the time and effort in and do a longer course. But if you want to get into the kind of makeup that I do, really it's just practice. And it's a matter of getting your foot in the door, like I said, and getting out there, seeing how the industry works, meeting the right people. The course is great because it gives you a little bit of confidence on how to get your hands on people's faces and actually try the makeup on someone other than yourself. And they can teach you the technical things, you know, tones, colours, what's going to work, all the technical bits and bobs. But once you've done the course, and to be honest, mine was only 3 days long, so that's how short it can be. Once you've done the course, you need to assist. Now, a really good way of getting into assisting is just to bombard makeup agencies. You don't want to bombard them so much that they think, ah, who is this person, get away, but what you want to do is be persistent enough that they remember you. Keep emailing. Drip feed them your name, this is me, this is what I do, da 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 da, all the time. Just so they go, oh yes, assistant, great, I've got the person for you, and then they remember your name. So write to all the agencies, say I love this artist or that artist, I'd really love to assist them. If you've got any rollover work or anything extra, then please could you bear me in mind. Also, by looking through magazines, you get to see makeup artists' names, and you'll see their agencies, so then if you don't know agencies' names, that's a good way of finding them in the magazines. You can find the makeup artist's name, and most often we have our own websites, even if we are with an agency. So you can write to them directly, and if you do have any pictures of your own, send them so they can see what you've been doing. Say that you're really, really keen, I'd love to come and assist you, I'll do anything, I'll work for nothing, I'll make you tea, da 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 da. And eventually you get a break. Somebody will start working with you, you'll start working with them even, and if they like you, then that's it. You're on a roll, and they'll call you back, and they'll call you back, and they'll call you back. And once you're on the jobs and you're in the industry meeting people, then you're on the right footing. So once you're on the job, what you need to do is you need to scout out the photography assistants. Go and see them and say, hey, are you testing? Come on, let's do some pictures together. Let's grab a model, let's grab a stylist, and shoot, shoot, shoot. Once you have done enough tests, and let me just explain what a test shoot is because it might not be the same word across the globe. Here in the UK, that's what we call it. We're testing. We do a test shoot. It's when everybody works for free. I still do them now to refresh my book, and because I can do exactly what I want. So the photographer, the makeup, the hair, the stylist, the model, everybody will work for nothing in order to get brand new, squeaky clean, shiny, lovely pictures in their books. So that's what you need to do. The key is testing, and by meeting the photography assistants, then you can grow together and build a good friendship. So when you're both working independently as the photographer and the makeup artist, then hopefully that relationship will continue and you'll continue to work with them. Right, what else? What else? So once you have got a portfolio together of all your lovely tests, then you need to get out there and see some people. There's something in the UK called Fashion Monitor, and within this, it has every single contact within like published media, websites, editorial. And then there's another book called The Knowledge, which is perfect for film. It's like the film Bible, commercials, filming, every single person in there that you need. So getting your hands on that kind of information is really, really helpful. But now you've got your book, you can go out and see agents. And they can be quite cutting, let me warn you. They don't take on just anybody, and you'll probably see quite a few before one goes, love it, love your work, great, come with us. And don't be worried if you get knockbacks. You know, it's all confidence building, it's all, you know, good grounding. Yeah, you need to do more work, you need to do this and you need to do that. And what agencies do is they're quite good at telling you, this picture's no good because whatever, this one's great because whatever. So, you know, don't be too afraid, just get out there and see them. Even if you get a knockback, go for it. Because you know what, one day you won't and they'll take you on. And when you've got an agent, the world is your oyster. Don't get me wrong, you don't need to do it with an agent. You can do it on your own, but an agent just opens up doors to more contacts and more clients that you might not be able to get on your own. So that's quite a bit of rambling, and I hope that I've managed to get all the important points in there. But you know, you can always find me on Twitter at Chloë Butcher, or on my blog, Oh So Chloe, if you want to ask me any more questions. But one other thing I was going to say is that if you are based in the UK and you want to know any agencies, I can point you in the right direction, so don't hesitate to get in touch. Also, you know, come and assist me if you want, that's cool. I truly believe that getting out there on the job, assisting is the way to do it. So, you know, find me on Twitter, send me an email, chloe_butcher@btinternet.com, and you know, come and work with me, it's cool. Also, I have a few contacts, not contacts, but I know a few agencies in America, so I could point you in the right direction there too. I really hope that's helpful. You know, it is a tough industry, but my goodness, once you get into it, it's so much fun. And if you love makeup, and if you love being creative, and you love travelling and working with interesting people, then really it is the job for you. But just keep going, be persistent like I say, and if you need to ask me any more questions, get in touch. Have a good day. Bye!